I'm Liz Scissors, and today's video we're going to talk about how to hire the right groomer for your salon or your mobile. It is a tricky situation. Groomers are artists, right? So it's normal for people that are creative to change their mind and really kind of go with the flow and do what feels good to them. So they're not always known for being the best to show up on time or to actually show up at all. It happens all the time. And you hear it on social media all the time, huge complaints from salon owners that groomers are not showing up for the interviews. They're responding, but then they don't actually show up. And it's hard. But we're creatives, and creatives are not always predictable. So here's some advice that I hope will help you look at interviewing a little bit differently and hope that you really find the right fit for your salon as opposed to just a body standing at a table pushing out volume. So traditionally, the groomer would come in for a working interview in the salon while the salon is running, and they are put off on a table and they are told to groom a dog. And the salon owner really wants to see where they're at on their skill level. How fast are they? How good are their finishing skills? How do they handle the dog? That's important. It's all very important. Over the years, I have found that it is far less important than whether or not this person is a right fit for my salon and my team. Because anybody can be taught how to groom better. But if you're not the right fit personality-wise, if you don't have the same drive or the same vision, you're not on the same page, and you don't have the same ethics and morals, you're not a good fit for that salon. And then it's going to end, and end typically not great. So I really encourage you that instead of having a groomer come into your salon and just do a test groom, you think more about the dynamic of your salon and the fellow coworkers they're going to be with to make sure they're going to fit into the dynamic and add to it instead of creating chaos or problems. Because it's very common for that to happen, where they come in and all of a sudden somebody doesn't like them, they don't like them, and we have issues. And we don't want those issues. We want to avoid those issues. So I encourage you, instead of doing that, try doing an interview that doesn't include grooming. Like a standard interview that you would have at most companies. You would come in for a first interview, and if you made it through that one, then you would go to the second interview. So that first interview should consist of them letting you know their skill set, their experience level, their resume, all of the things, as well as just kind of getting a sense of their personality, talking to them. How do you handle dogs? How do you handle situations? Do they have a family? Do they have a support system for their kids so that you know that you can count on them if something were to happen, because kids get sick? We want to know those things ahead of time because we don't want to be frustrated later on when they call and say, hey, I have to stay home because my kid is sick. Well, you don't have anybody to watch your kid? A lot of people don't. So that's important for you to be prepared and accept that as a part of hiring that person instead of being frustrated with them after the fact. So let's prevent that by making sure that they have the right personality, they have the right drive, that they definitely seem like somebody who's at the right energy and vibe that is going to fit in to the different personalities and dynamics that you have working there, as well as check references. Y'all, my God, check references. I can tell you without a doubt, in my 30 years in this industry, I can count on one hand how many salon owners I have talked to that actually checked references. Because if you did, you would get a better handle. It doesn't mean you're not going to hire the person, but it gives you some insight. For sure, you want that information. Check on them. Then, if they make it through that first interview, if that goes well and you go, I could see this person really working out. I think they absolutely have the right type of personality to fit in well with our crew, because that, quite frankly, is a delicate ecosystem that you want to protect. You do not want to bring somebody in who challenges that, who destroys it. And I'm not even saying they're doing it on purpose. It's just they're not the right fit. Then if they make it through those things, that's when you say, I would love to have you come in and do a test room. And then you can see where their skill set is at. But I promise you, if you are looking for somebody that's going to fit into your salon as a dynamic as a whole, you will be far more successful in the long term than just trying to get a body at a table. Because instead of having it just be about the volume and the numbers, you really want it to be about the continuity, the peace, and the flow in the salon personality-wise, because everybody wins in that situation. I hope you found this helpful, and this advice will take you to better long-term successful places with hiring new people and making sure that your staff is happy. You can get more information about me and what I offer at lizzizzers.com, and I will see you at the next one.